All right, dear Aries, this one's for you. It's from Tarot Lumination. It's a mini generic report for late April, calling it What Now? Okay, I'll just give you the basic dates. This will be happening just as the playlist is coming live. April 11th, Jupiter goes retrograde in Sagittarius. April 19th, full moon in Libra, opposing the Aries sun. Okay, that's all about you. Okay, Aries. April 20th, the next day, Sun enters Taurus. Mercury is now in Aries. Venus is entering Aries. Okay, there's a lot of Aries pile-up energy here. Fire, fire, fire. Light, light, light. BBB. I am, I am, I am. April 25th, Pluto goes retrograde in Capricorn. April 30th, Saturn goes retrograde in Capricorn. That's squaring. Capricorn squares Aries, so that's like challenging. That's almost like the reality check police are saying, excuse me, thank you, Aries, for being Aries, but excuse me, do you mind like rolling down your window? Show me your ID, show me your papers. And then you kind of go, excuse me, who are you talking to? And then, anyway, so here's the thing. I could go on forever about all sorts of things. I'm just trying to point out a couple of key things which triggered me to even do this report in the first place. Here it is, okay? This is the thing that I'm talking about. It's red for a reason. There's a lot of volatility here. April the 20th, that's the time of the full moon, okay? And Libra is at 29, opposing Aries at 29, okay? Right at the tippy edge. And almost at the same time, basically the next day, the moon is moving into Scorpio and opposing the Uranus and Taurus energy over here. That's a lot of volatility as well. The 29-degree mark is volatile because it's like the last grasp of energy before the signs flip. And it can be quite, again, volatile. Like trying to get the most out of it the last second before everything changes. And it's gone for another year. The 29-degree mark, 29-degree mark, and the 0 and 1 degree and 2-degree marks, okay, over here. So there's a lot of volatility when it comes to love and relationships in general, okay? And it's affecting you directly, okay, Aries? You just had the full moon early in the month. So you're all fired up and ready to go. And then this happens, and then this happens, okay? So please be aware, be on alert. Try not to take it personally. There's a lot of volatility, a lot of combustibility for everybody. We're all going to have to deal with it. By the way, for you, like for a lot of the reports, I've had to do this with the chart. But for you, I can leave it right here because this is essentially a universal chart. It's based on the Aries horizon here. So this is what it looks like for you. 7th house, 1st house relationship. And then the depths of relationship, value and values. Your worth to others, others worth to you. How do you value the relationship? Okay, back to back. Okay, so it's almost like a bizarre, weird double duty, double full moon. But it's not. But anyway, I kind of made that up. Let's go to the cards. Cards are well shuffled in advance. You know that already. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. I'm going to use a very simple situational spread. We're going to get on with it in just a second. Please watch for your sun, moon, and rising, okay? Especially if each one is different, then reinterpret to suit yourselves, okay? I do the best I can with the resources that we have here. All I'm suggesting is be very aware of the volatility, the combustibility, and don't take the bait, all right, Aries? Also, to help get through this, you might want to invite your invisible friends, okay? All of that, it really helps. They love to be invited. They would love to do anything they can to help you live a loving life, okay? That Capricorn energy is going to put a lot of pressure on the relationship dynamic for everybody, wherever that big red T square thing exists in the chart. Okay, bless the deck, bless every single card, bless you, Aries, bless Tarot Lumination, the whole channel, and all the gadgets and electricity and internet that we can even do this at all. Okay, here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge, and here's how we're going to handle it, okay? And what's the weather like for you surrounding? Okay, we have the 7 of Wands. Okay, So don't worry, you're in a good place. You can handle this, Aries, but you might be feeling yourself seriously challenged by anyone and everything, like literally everything and anyone. Because, you know, the full moon is like a kind of like a culmination. And even though it's Aries season, and so you're kind of in your strength, you're in your power, you're in your light, for those few days and the build up to those days, and then the integration from after those days around April 20th, that is a lot of pressure on you, a lot of pressure on you. And you can handle it, and you will handle it because you have to handle it. But again, you are in a good position because you're already in your strength, you're already in your power. In other words, take no prisoners, take no nonsense. You will not tolerate anything that is like below you or dishonorable or disrespectful. On the other hand, it's not an excuse to abuse or retaliate or, let's say, be vengeful in terms of relationship dynamics if anything goes wrong. Let's say you are on the receiving end of a whole pile of volatility and combustibility for what appears to be no particular good reason. Please understand, Aries, that a lot of people are going to be wigging out anyway, and they might be just taking it out on you because you're strong, because you're already strong and you can handle it, because that's what people do. Okay, so anyway, let's put this aside for a moment. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay, so with the Four of Wands here, my feeling is that it's almost like a sense of relief, like, whew, at least I'm on my own turf. At least it's a home ground game. At least, like, I've already done the work on myself, where I have already, like, to me, it feels like pretend I'm an Aries. I've already cordoned off my safe space, my home, my sense of family, and being happy and making it your business to be happy and to celebrate with the ones that you love and the ones who love you. And that's good enough. It's almost like literally creating a safe space here. And you're doing that for yourself, number one, because you have to. Number two, because it's very satisfying. Number three, because there's others who are probably going to be leaning on you and depending on you because you're the Aries. You're the one who leads. You're the one who goes out in front and goes where no one else typically wants to go. And so that they're like thinking like, wow, let's coattail behind Aries. Let's piggyback off Aries. And Aries says, sure, okay. Yeah, I got the party. I got it all set up. Don't worry. Come and join me. Everything will be fine. I can handle this. This is what I do. I handle problems. I handle challenges, okay? And we're going to celebrate that together. It's almost like, you know, when kids build forts, you know? Did you ever do that when you were a little kid? Were you lucky enough to have a home where you could like build little forts and have your special friends in there, like tree houses and stuff, and like do exciting, fun things that little kids do? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling here, like, go Aries. So what's the challenge with all of this? Okay, so with the Six of Wands here, to me, it looks like there's a part of you which is saying like, okay, it's great. Most of the time I really love being Aries, but seriously, sometimes I just want out. I just want everyone to leave me alone so I can just be me. I just want to go off and do my things the way I want to do them, how I want to do them, in the way that works for me and with only the people that I like, knowing what is right already and what I've done that works already. And yet, you're having to be in your space. You're having to deal with all the fiery energy that's happening around. You know, I'm not saying fire like fire signs. I'm talking about the combustibility and the volatility. You're having to deal with that in a way that this energy dominates everything around that time, especially towards the end of the month. And so you don't have a choice except to put your best, let's say, like best face on, best behavior, like the best Aryan type of energy you can be, without having to be a warrior, but more about being like a protector and a defender, you know, having that ability to, it's almost like be the champion of the people. And deep down there's like, you go into the mirror, you take a bathroom break and you think, seriously, I wish they could look after themselves sometimes. Why do I have to be the hero all the time? Sometimes I just want to get away, be with my sweetheart, be with someone I can just hang out with and take a vacation, you know, do cool stuff. So that's, you know, it's understandable. To me, it looks like wanting to escape, but not having the ability or the convenience or the opportunity to escape. So you're left having to deal with all this stuff. Like there is no escape. So you have to deal with it. You're putting on a very brave face. It's almost like, you know, when people put on a brave face, it's like they deliberately create this sense of happiness and togetherness and community as though there's nothing wrong at all. In other words, I am completely indestructible. I am Aries, and I don't know what else everyone else is fussing about. It's actually you putting on a bit of a front, but you know, it's just like warriors do. You know, they puff themselves up. You know, like you know, cage wrestlers or like animals in the wild to sort of go whoa, whoa, and they strut and they do whatever they do to put on a bit of a show to basically avoid a fight. In other words, if we can just fluff our feathers and look like we're doing amazing, then maybe no one will challenge us, you know, that kind of energy. So how are we going to deal with this? Okay, so with the World card here, my feeling is that you look at the whole thing as a huge event, like some kind of culmination in a movie, and this too shall pass, and by the end of the month, everything's going to change, okay? In other words, all the elements, all the energies that we are talking about in the universe. Let's turn this into a bit of astrology for a moment. Let's just say the World card here is simply a declaration like, dear Aries, please understand that all of this stuff out here is exactly as it should be. It's just like a freaking movie. The movie is building up, it's building up, it's building up to the big crescendo. Oh my God, and you know it's happening right at the end of the movie, then whatever happens after that, that's what happens after the movie's over. And that's when you do the integration period. So my feeling is that everything is a little bit epic for you, the build up to the full moon, and then the integration and the dealing with the after effects of the full moon. And that's fine. In other words, treat yourself as an action hero in your own movie where you're having to, you know, protect and defend and be the great leader, the action hero, while everyone else is wigging out and falling apart. Deep down, you whispered it to Tarot Lumination in private. You said, Tarot, please get me off the hook. I don't want to be a hero all day, every day, in every freaking movie. But sometimes I have to do it. And so Tarot Lumination is saying, it's okay, just for now, just be classic Aries, and you know, this too shall pass. Then you can actually celebrate and relax without having to be the gladiator. You can actually enjoy your own party and be the star of your own movie again without having to be in a state of siege. Okay? This too shall pass. You will be just fine. You will have your peace. All right? Go Aries. All the best. You can do it. Oh, by the way, all that stuff at the end. Thank you for the subscribes, the likes, and the comments. I love it all. Bring it on. Membership is awesome. It really helps too. Also, please check your notification settings. It's very, very important. I had no idea how complicated it was, and I made a little video about that on the channel if you want to check it out. Okay? Bye-bye. All the best. Check in if you need to.